Well, hello. I've never addressed faculty like this, so here goes. This is something entirely new. As you know, in the COM 101 and 102 and all of the COM related classes, we have been looking for a new full-time faculty member. I'm pleased to announce that we have chosen one of our own for that full-time position, Jennifer Cox, who teaches in the COM program now, will be the faculty member that will be teaching as a new full-time person. She will begin her duties on January 4th. We have some class-related things we need to talk about. A lot of what I'm going to say in this is not all that pleasant, and I'm sorry about that, but I wanted you to see. Attached to a message I just sent you are the latest grids. You will see that several sections of classes have already been canceled. So far, 21. There's another 12 or so classes that probably should have been canceled, and we're waiting to see where the 21 sections that we canceled kind of migrate to. That's all by way of saying that there are more classes to be canceled coming very soon. You'll notice on the grid that there is nothing listed as available. Those classes that used to be listed as available now, for the most part, say reserved. Do not apply for a reserved class. Those are all spoken for. There are no, quote, available classes, so please don't ask for them. We will, as people get canceled, try to do the best we can to preserve. We're in a technology age, and one of the things that makes a huge difference on how many classes people get and being invited back is a kind of responsiveness. When we send out a message and it takes a week or 2 weeks to get a response, that's just not appropriate in the age that we're in. So please do yourself a favor, and when I send a request for information, please make a more timely response. Now, I will tell you that I detest messages like the one I'm giving right now, because in messages like this, we're using what I call the broad paintbrush. There are so many of you that this has nothing to do with, and there are relatively few of you who will be responsible for even mentioning these things. So it's just a kind of a word to the wise. Please fix that. If you're slow on responding, please fix that. The classes will start on January 11th. I'll be sending out a calendar for you, so you'll be able to get that into your syllabi. One of the things we need to do is to move to more standardization within our classes. I know that not everything I hear is necessarily true, but there's always a germ of something in there. When I'm told that a COM 101 speech class has watched a movie for 4 class sessions, that's disturbing. I understand seeing selected pieces of movies in COM 102, maybe even 101, but 101 is not an audiovisual class, it's a speech class, and the students need to be speaking. They are the ones who need to be speaking, not watching other people speak. So please, if you're one of those, then make sure that you don't do that. Our classes should not be distinctly different. If we're on a subject matter in one class, another class the same week on that same subject matter should not spend any more or less time than any other class. So if we're doing a class section on a topic, we need to do it and get on with it. We don't need to drag it out and elaborate and make something single out in terms of the attention one instructor gives it versus another instructor. What we're moving toward is, in order to get this all ironed out, is a standardization like you've seen in the online classes. And the reason it came up in the online classes is the same reason we're even talking about it, and that is the day and night differences between the way 2 different teachers teach the same class. We need to assure that we're covering the materials that need to be covered. I've always said, and you've heard this if you've ever talked to me face to face, Every time a teacher gets in trouble, it's because the teacher has dug in on something. Please don't dig in to the extent that the students have a reason to complain and say that you're being unfair. Always try to be conciliatory, but on the other hand, I'm not saying you need to let students walk over you, but when you dig in, we will always have a problem. I want to thank you for what you do for our students. I've said that time and time again. Don't forget, as we are now ending our semester, to send me your Excel grade sheet. That has to show your attendance and the grade for every single assignment you had in your class. I have got to be able to reconstruct from your grade sheet the attendance of the student, the last day of attendance if that comes into play, the grades they received on all of the things they turned in, and what the points values were, or the loading, or the amount of credits, 30% for this, 50% for that. I need to be able to reconstruct that. In the IVY 120 classes, make sure that you have reported back to me on the service learning projects by telling me how many of your students did the online survey. Also, I presume by now you've all reported to me on the needs assessment. That's another thing we had to send out multiple messages on. That's something we don't need to be doing. I also just said something wrong, and let me correct myself because many of you are doing it too. We no longer have an IVY class. It's an IVYT. We no longer have a COM class. All of our prefixes are four-letter prefixes. Please fix that on your syllabi so that it's up to date and everything is cool on that. If we don't talk again, I hope you have a great holiday. Do take a look at the revised schedules that I've just sent out. There have been some changes, and it's important that you check that again, making sure that not only has there been a change where a class that you were assigned has been canceled, but because of the addition of Jennifer and having to have both Jennifer and myself get into the specific number of classes we have to teach, then we've had to move some other things. So please take a hard look at that. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to give me a call. I wish you the happiest of holidays and the most prosperous of New Year's. And we'll look forward to talking to you. And if I don't see you, we'll see you in the new year. Have a good one.